God says you will lose both God and Jesus if you skip this. You have only 30 seconds. God says, chosen one, do not skip this message, no matter what. Open it right now. You need to hear this message immediately. This is not just another message. This is a lifeline for your soul. If you ignore this, you could miss something so sacred, so eternal, that even tears tomorrow will not be able to bring it back. I am telling you again, do not skip. This moment is your turning point. If you walk away now, you will pass right by the miracle that is meant for you. When I said you would lose both of us if you skip, I meant it fully. This is not just words to grab your attention. It is a warning from heaven, a divine alert, a signal from the unseen. There are battles being fought in the spiritual realm that are closer than you realize. Your breakthrough, your healing, your restoration, and your protection are hanging on this very moment. If you walk away, the very protection I have placed over you, I do not say this to scare you or control you. I say this because I love you, and I want to warn you. I have been watching you, not just when you prayed and had faith, but especially in your quiet struggles, the moments nobody saw. Secret, when you smiled while hurting inside, I saw it all. I know your sleepless nights. I have heard every whispered prayer. I have held your heart in my hands each time it broke. You are not forgotten. You are not invisible to me. You are my chosen one. That is why I am telling you now. This is a sacred moment. Skipping it could cost you the peace you have waited for years to find. Comment 1001 if you believe I am speaking directly to you. You cannot imagine how close you were to destruction by the enemy, but I stood in the gap. I stopped what was meant to harm you. I protected you in ways you didn't see or understand. And now I am asking you not to walk away from the very hand that has shielded you all this time. My child, you do not need to understand everything at this moment. All you need is to trust me. I am your God. I am Jesus. We are with you. But if you turn away, if you reject this call, you are turning away from the very source of life itself. I do not need to beg you. I only long for you to choose me freely. I gave you my son, my only son, not because you were perfect, but because I knew you were worth saving. Yet every time you delay surrender, every time you say, I will come back later, your heart hardens just a little more. That is why I said 30 seconds, not as a threat, not to count time like a punishment, but because time is a gift, and the time you think you will always have is running out. You say you will pray tomorrow. You say you will get serious next week. But what if tomorrow never comes? What if this is your final chance before life drags you into darkness you cannot climb out of? I love you enough to fight for your attention. I love you enough to stop everything in heaven to reach just one soul. And that soul is you. If you could see what I see, if you could see heaven weeping every time you pull away, you would fall to your knees, not in fear, but in awe, because you matter more than you realize. There is a spiritual war for your heart. The enemy wants to shake you and sift you like wheat. But I have prayed for you just like Jesus prayed for Peter. I have spoken your name in the courts of heaven. I have assigned angels to protect you, but none of this can make you stay if your heart decides to walk away. Every time you returned from the edge, that was me. Every time the road should have ended but did not, that was me. And now I am here again, not to judge, but with open arms. But you must choose. You must answer, not tomorrow, now. Let me be your refuge, your provider, your peace. Let me restore what life has broken. Let me show you who you are when seen through my eyes. I cannot promise life will suddenly be perfect, but I promise I will walk with you through every storm, every trial, every valley. And I promise this. If you stay with me fully, you will never face anything alone again. My presence does not remove pain, but it gives you strength to overcome it. My love does not erase scars, but it transforms them into signs of survival. I have not brought you this far to leave you here. I have plans for you, plans to prosper you, not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. But the door must be opened by you. I knock, I wait, I call, but I will not force my way in. That is how I respect your free will. You are not an accident. You are not just one among millions. You are my beloved, my chosen. I have set my seal on your soul. Even now, though the world pulls you away, though distractions scream louder than my whispers, I still call your name gently. But if you skip now, if You keep ignoring my voice, you may wander farther than you ever meant to go. Is it possible to attract wealth by simply speaking some words? Some say yes, but know this, your battle is not just physical, it is spiritual. That is why life feels heavy. You cannot fight it with logic or routine. You need my spirit. You need to walk in connection with me. The enemy does not fear your strength. He fears your connection to me. Because when you walk in my spirit, you walk in power, and no weapon formed against you will prosper. Not because you are untouched, but because you are unshaken. Remember, you are not fighting to win. You are fighting from a place of victory. The cross has already declared, it is finished. The blood has sealed the promise. Now you must walk in it. Believe what I say, even if your feelings disagree. Faith is not always loud. Sometimes it is simply refusing to give up. When everything inside you wants to quit, that kind of faith moves mountains. You may feel too weak, too far gone, too broken, but the very thing that makes you feel unworthy is what I will use for my glory. I choose the weak to show the strong that my power is greater. I choose the broken to build something beautiful. Do not let shame silence you. Let my grace speak louder. I am not looking for perfection. I am looking for willing hearts. Are you willing? I will do something in your life that may not make sense to others, but it does not have to. They were not there when you cried in secret. They did not see the nights you wanted to give up, but I did, and now I will reward your faithfulness, not because you did everything right, but because you did not quit. You stayed, you hoped, you waited, and now your season is shifting. You are stepping into something new, and this is not just physical. I am awakening your soul. I am realigning your steps. I am breathing new life into the dry places inside you. Where there was fear, I am planting courage. Where there was chaos, I am speaking peace. Where there was loss, I am bringing restoration. This is not the end. It is the beginning of a story you never imagined. You have been surviving for so long, you may have forgotten what peace feels like. But I have not forgotten you. I never stopped watching. I never stopped caring. I never stopped loving you. Even when you stopped loving yourself, hear this clearly, I still want you. Even with the mess, even with doubt, even with failures, nothing you have done has made me stop loving you. You are still my child. You are still chosen. You are still under the shadow of my wings, and I will not give up on you. Comment 1-2 if you know you were meant to hear this. Some days you have felt invisible, like you are just existing rather than living. You have smiled on the outside while breaking inside. But I have seen what others miss. I have heard the prayers you could not say, and your silent pain has been the loudest prayer in heaven. Every night you cried. Every time your heart ached. Every moment you wondered if God was even there. I was. I am, and I always will be. You have been walking through a wilderness season, but that does not mean I abandoned you. Sometimes I allow the wilderness not to punish, but to prepare you. You have lost things, but not to hurt you, but to free you. You have lost people, not because I did not care, but because they could not go where I am taking you. What is ahead requires more than comfort. It requires clarity. You cannot step into your next chapter carrying the dead weight of the last one. That is why I have been pruning your life, not to destroy you, but to build something new. You are being refined. You are being purified. And though the fire feels unbearable at times, it is shaping you into someone unshakable. When you come out of this, you will not even look like what you went through. The scars will remain, but they will not sting. They will tell the story of how I brought you through. I know you have been questioning everything. I know sometimes you feel giving up would be easier than holding on, but I am asking you to trust me, even when you do not understand. Trust me when the door is close. Trust me when answers are delayed. Trust me when it feels like you're standing still while others move forward. Your path is not their path, and what I'm building in you is deeper than what's seen on the surface. Comment 777 if you believe God is still working behind the scenes. There are blessings with your name on them. They've been delayed, not denied. And if you could see what I've kept back from you for your own protection, you would thank me for the times I said no. Some things didn't work out not because I failed you, but because I was saving you from a greater fall. I know the full picture. You only see a piece, and while you've been asking me to open certain doors, I've been guarding your heart from walking into traps dressed like opportunity. What you do not understand right now will make sense later, because I am not only looking at where you are, I am looking at where I am taking you. You see the moment, but I see the future. You see the desire, but I see the danger behind it. You see what you think will make you happy, but I see what will actually give you peace. And when I close a door, it is not rejection. It is protection. When I delay something, it is not punishment. It is preparation. You ask for the blessing, but I also shape your heart to hold it. You must understand that the things I kept from you, the people I removed, the places I blocked you from reaching, were acts of love, not loss. Because if you stepped into everything you prayed for too early, it would crush you, it would drain you, it would wound you, and I love you too much to let that happen. You're asking me for breakthroughs, but I'm also asking you for obedience because what you're praying for will require you to trust me when it gets uncomfortable. I cannot bless what you're unwilling to surrender. I cannot move where you keep blocking me with pride, fear, or stubbornness. Lay it down, not just the sin, but the control. I want your whole heart, not just the parts that are easy to give. I am not only the God who lifts, I am the God who heals, and I want to heal what broke you years ago. That rejection, that betrayal, that moment when everything shifted and you didn't even realize it, that wound you buried deep. I want to touch it. Let me into the pain. You've hidden it so well from the world that even you forgot where you put it. You built walls around it, covered it with busyness, buried it under smiles, and tried to outrun the memories, but I see it clearly, and I won't force my way in. But if you invite me, I'll heal what you thought could never be whole again. You cannot move forward carrying wounds you pretend do not exist. You cannot step into the new while still bleeding from the old. Healing takes surrender. Healing takes honesty. Healing takes opening your heart where it has been shut for too long, and I am patient. I will wait at the door until you let me in, because I want to give you peace where pain lived for years. Why are neuroscientists obsessed with a 9-word sentence? Because this sentence, spoken once a day, is turning financial stress into sudden blessings. More than 19,000 people have already used it to erase debt and unlock a life of wealth, freedom, and peace. The results are so powerful, some believe it's divine. If you're seeing this, you're lucky. The page might disappear any moment. Click the link in the description and comments to know this secret before it's deleted forever. This is the kind of restoration that goes beyond the surface. I'm restoring your identity. You are not who the world says you are. You are not defined by your worst day. You are not what they did to you. You are who I say you are. Redeemed, chosen, loved, forgiven, called, and covered. You are a warrior, and even when you feel weak, I am your strength. You've never walked alone, not even once. Do not despise your process. It's not punishment, it's preparation. I'm building endurance. I'm teaching you how to stand. I'm maturing your spirit so that you no longer crumble under pressure because what's coming requires resilience. The blessings I'm preparing aren't fragile, and you can't be either. You may not realize it, but every season you thought was a setback was actually shaping you. Every delay strengthened your patience. Every disappointment sharpened your wisdom. Every heartbreak expanded your compassion. Every closed door refined your discernment. And sometimes the hardest seasons become the strongest foundations. When you felt stretched, I was strengthening you. When you felt empty, I was filling you with something new. And when you felt lost, I was guiding you even when you couldn't see it. Growth often feels like breaking, but it is really building. I'm forming in you a faith that doesn't depend on feelings, a trust that doesn't shake when the storm hits, and a praise that rises even in the dark. I know what you've been carrying, the mental exhaustion, the heaviness in your chest, the feeling that you're falling behind while trying your best just to hold it all together. I see it. I see you, and I didn't bring you this far just to watch you fall apart. I am the God who finishes what he starts. I'm not done with you, and nothing the enemy has done can stop what I'm about to do. Even now, my spirit is hovering over you, breaking the lies that told you you're not enough, that said you'll never change, that whispered your prayers don't matter. Those lies are being silenced because my truth is greater, and my truth says you are loved with an everlasting love. My truth says I have plans to prosper you. My truth says even when you walk through the fire, you won't be burned because I am with you. My truth says your story is not over. My truth says better is coming. You've questioned why things happened the way they did, why the timing always felt off, why doors shut when your heart was wide open. And I'm here to tell you nothing was wasted. I use everything, every heartbreak, every delay, every failure. All of it is being woven into something beautiful. You don't see the tapestry yet, but I do. And one day you'll thank me even for the things that once broke you, because what broke you also shaped you. What hurt you also taught you. What disappointed you also redirected you, and what felt like loss was actually leading you toward purpose. I have waited patiently for you to slow down, for you to stop scrolling, to finally pause long enough for me to speak. And now that you're here, my child, I will not let you leave empty. You've been giving pieces of yourself to everyone, trying to be strong, trying to hold it together, trying to smile when your heart was tired. But now I'm giving you my peace, not the kind the world gives, not temporary relief. I'm giving you the kind of peace that calms the storm inside, even if the storm around you keeps raging. This is the peace that settles your thoughts, steadies your emotions, and gives you rest in your spirit. This is the peace that reminds you that you are safe, seen, known, and loved. Comment 999 if you're ready for the peace only God can give. You've been asking me to change your situation. And I hear you, but first I want to change you, not because there's something wrong with you, but because there's something greater in you that hasn't been fully unlocked. I've placed gifts inside you that pain tried to bury. I've placed strength in you that trauma tried to silence. And now I am awakening what's been asleep. The time of delay is over. I am moving, and I want to move through you, but you must let go. Let go of the lie that says you have to earn my love. You don't. You never could. My love was set on you before you were born, before you ever got it right or wrong. Let go of the fear that keeps you from trusting me fully. I know you've been let down before. I know people failed you, and now it's hard to open your heart even to me. But I won't fail you. I never have, and I never will. You can rest in my word, in my character, in my promises. You can trust what I speak over your life, because I do not lie, and I do not change my mind. The battle you've been facing isn't just physical or emotional. It's spiritual. The reason it's been so heavy is because the enemy sees where you're headed. He knows what's coming if you don't quit. And that's why he's tried to overwhelm you with confusion, fear, anxiety, and distractions. He has tried to shut down your faith, disconnect your hope, and silence your prayers, but he is defeated, and every plan formed against you is falling apart even now. The weapons were formed, but they will not prosper. The storm rose, but it will not destroy you. The fire burned, but it will not consume you. You are covered. You are protected. You are held. He's tried to convince you that I'm silent, distant, uninterested. But the truth is, I've been with you every second. I've been carrying you when you didn't even know it. I've been guiding your steps even when you felt lost. I've been comforting you even when you couldn't feel it. You think you're surviving on your own strength, but it has been my grace holding you up every day. You've been through so much that sometimes you wonder if I still have good plans for you. Let me make this clear. I never changed my mind. I still have purpose for your life. I still have doors to open, favor to release, and healing to pour out. But I need your full yes. I need you to trust me even when nothing makes sense. I need you to believe me even when the delay feels like denial. I am not late. I am perfect in timing. What I start, I finish. Comment 1. If you believe God is still working even in the silence, do not let the waiting fool you. Just because it's quiet doesn't mean I'm not working. Seeds don't make noise when they break open under the soil. Transformation is often silent. Growth happens in the dark hidden seasons. But when it's time, everything will bloom. You've been buried in situations, in disappointments, in trials. But I tell you today, you haven't been buried. You've been planted, and your time to rise is near. You may not always feel it, and you may not always see progress, but roots grow long before anything breaks through the surface. There were people who walked away from you, and in those moments you felt the sting of being left behind. You wondered what you did wrong or why they didn't stay. You questioned whether their leaving meant you weren't enough, but I want you to understand something deeper. Their departure was not the end. It was part of your protection. I allowed them to leave because they were holding you back from what I planned for you. Some people left because they simply couldn't handle the weight of your calling, or the light I placed inside you. Others were removed because their influence would have damaged the very thing I am shaping in you. I know it hurt. I know it broke your heart, but I removed them because what I'm building through you is too important to be polluted. One day, you will thank me not only for the people who came into your life, but for the ones who didn't stay long enough to take you off the path I designed for you. I am purifying the people around you so your circle becomes a place of protection, not confusion. I'm refining your path so you walk forward without unnecessary weights. I'm clearing your vision so you see your purpose without fog. Because where you're going, not everyone can come along. You were never created to blend in with the crowd. You were never meant to shrink down or hide your gifts to make others comfortable. I called you to stand out, to walk in confidence, to live with courage, and that boldness is returning. You will not stay in fear. You will not keep living under shame or constant anxiety. I am rebuilding your confidence from the inside out, not a confidence built on human pride, but a confidence built on knowing who you are in me and who I have always known you to be. This banned wealth signal was hidden in a government vault for over 70 years until now. It is a simple 9-word brain trigger used by powerful elites to pull in unlimited money while the rest of the world suffers financially. And now that it is being exposed, it won't stay online for long. The moment too many people see it, it will likely be removed forever. Click the link in the description and comments before it is deleted again. Now listen carefully. You are not weak. You are not forgotten. You are not overlooked. You are chosen. You are marked. You belong to me, and no weapon formed against you will ever succeed. That promise is not just for peaceful days when everything feels calm. It also applies to the storms. I will shield you even when the winds blow hard. I will walk before you even when the path looks unsure. I will fight battles you never even knew were happening. My mercy has covered your life more times than you could ever count, and I am not about to stop covering you now. I know it's been hard. I know there are nights you cried yourself to sleep. I know there were moments when you begged me to take certain pain away, and while I haven't removed every storm you faced, I have never once left you to face any of them alone. I am not the kind of God who stands far off and watches from a distance. I am the God who steps into the fire with you, just like I stood with Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego in the flames. I've been standing with you too. That is why you're still here. That is why the fire didn't destroy you. That is why the enemy couldn't take you out. Now I'm calling you to trust me in a deeper way, not only with the easy areas of your life, but with the pieces you've hidden away. I want the secrets you don't talk about. I want the questions you've tried to ignore. I want the wounds you pretend don't bother you anymore. Bring them to me. I'm not afraid of your doubts or confusion. What I want most is your honesty. I don't need you to perform for me. I just want your heart. This is your moment. Come home fully, not halfway, not emotionally distant, not just with words, but with your whole being. Come back to the one who created you, who shaped you, who knows every detail of your soul. I have more for you than you realize. More healing, more freedom, more joy, more clarity, more direction. But you cannot receive what I have for you if your hands are too full of what I've been trying to release you from. The past cannot control your future unless you give it permission. When I said, "You will lose both of us if you skip," it wasn't a threat. It was a loving warning. I saw what was trying to pull you off the path. I saw the lies, the temptations, the distractions, the shame you carry. I knew that even one more step in the wrong direction could unravel the protection surrounding your life. You are closer than you think to the edge of the break, through you've been praying for. But at the same time, you are closer than you know to slipping back into what I already rescued you from. That is why I am speaking to you so clearly. That is why heaven is pulling so strongly on your heart right now, because this moment is not small. It is sacred, eternal, filled with purpose. There is a story written over your life with weight and meaning. Your life holds more purpose than you realize. There are souls connected to your obedience. There are generations tied to your yes. You may not feel important, but what I planted inside you carries eternal value. And if you walk away now, if you give up on me, the enemy would love nothing more than to trap you in regret and keep you from the future I designed. But I am the God who restores. I am the Father who calls his children back with love, not guilt. Comment 1515 if you feel God pulling you closer right now. You have survived things that could have destroyed you, situations, heartbreaks, betrayals, losses, moments that were too heavy for you to carry alone. And do you know why you're still here? Because I intervened. I stepped in even when you didn't call my name. I rerouted danger. I closed harmful doors. I blocked paths that looked good but would have broken you. And even in your deepest darkness, I kept you breathing. I kept your heart beating not by luck, but by love. You've wrestled with your worth. You've looked at your reflection and wondered what value you even have. You compared yourself to others and felt like you always fall short. But I have never seen you the way the world sees you. When I formed you in the womb, I called you good. I placed my spirit inside you. I marked you as mine. I don't make mistakes, and you are not one. People may have treated you like you didn't matter. People may have lied to you, abused your kindness, or abandoned your heart. But I never left you. My love has been the constant force holding you together when everything else fell apart. And that same love is speaking to you now. I want you to remember who you are in my eyes, not according to your failures or fears, but according to my truth. And my truth declares you are redeemed, you are forgiven, you are royalty, you are called, you are covered. You may not feel strong, but strength is not based on feelings. It is based on your foundation. I am that foundation, and when you stand on me, know. Storm can tear you down, the waves may rise, the winds may roar, but you will not drown because I don't just calm storms. I walk through them with you. I never promised that you wouldn't face trouble, but I promised I would be with you through every moment of it. And my presence makes a difference. No force on earth can match. Comment 1717 if you believe God is not done with you yet. There is a deeper place I'm calling you to now. You've heard my voice before, but this time it is different. This time it is close, personal, tender, and urgent. I don't want to simply visit your life in emotional moments. I want to dwell with you daily. I want to lead you, not just be someone you run to when everything falls apart. I want to be your first thought when you wake up and your last peace before you sleep. But I will not force my way in. Your heart has only one door, and the handle is on your side. You must open it. I know trust feels hard. I know what people did. I know the ways you were hurt, the ways you were blamed, the disappointments you still carry. But I want to lift the weight from your shoulders. You were never meant to carry this much. Come to me, all who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. That is not a suggestion. That is a promise sealed in heaven. You weren't created to live exhausted, anxious, overwhelmed, or empty. You were created to live in my presence, where peace flows like a river and strength rises like the morning sun. You think surrender means pain, but surrender is the beginning of your healing. You think letting go means losing, but letting go makes room for what I'm ready to place in your life. My hands are not empty. I am not withholding goodness from you. I am waiting for you to trust me enough to receive it. 9 simple words speak abundance into your life. A top neuroscientist says yes, and the FBI accidentally confirmed it. This forgotten prayer is changing thousands of ordinary people into debt-free and financially free individuals. But it won't stay online much longer. Click the link in the description and comments to access it before it's removed. You don't have to fix yourself before you come to me. You don't have to sort out every problem first. Come broken, come confused, come tired, just come. I will meet you right where you are and carry you where your own strength cannot go. That is who I am, the Good Shepherd, the one who leaves the 99 just to rescue the one, and today you are that one. You've been asking for signs, but I've been speaking all along through open doors and closed ones, through delays and unexpected moments, through restlessness in your heart. I speak in the stillness, not in chaos, and if you grow quiet long enough, you'll hear me whispering, I love you, I never stopped, your story is not over. This is the moment everything begins to shift. Say yes, even a trembling yes, even a yes covered in tears, even a yes that doesn't feel strong. I can do more with that than you imagine. I'm not limited by your weakness. I only need your willingness. Heaven is closer than you think right now. Angels are surrounding you. My spirit is wrapping around your soul, healing places you didn't know were broken. There are wounds buried so deep inside you that you forgot they existed, but I haven't forgotten. I saw every scar, every moment you felt unloved, every time someone broke you. I've never stopped planning your healing. I will restore what others damaged. I will bring beauty from ashes you've carried for far too long. Comment amen. You receive healing for your hidden wounds. There is a heaviness on your chest that you've accepted as normal. You've learned to function with it, to survive with it, to live around it. But that heaviness was never meant to stay. That weight of regret, anxiety, pressure, and fear is not your lifelong companion. You've been planted, and your time to rise is near. I'm asking you to give it to me now. I want you to live free. I want you to step into the life I have planned for you, a life without the weight of fear, doubt, and heaviness that has been holding you down. I want you to experience the freedom that comes from letting go completely, from allowing me to take what has been breaking your heart, your mind, and your spirit, and trade it for something holy, something healing, something that fills you with peace. But I will not force this freedom into your hands. I will not rip the burdens from you by force. That is not how love works. I will wait, as I always have, patiently, quietly, for you to surrender willingly. You keep asking me for strength, but the strength you are seeking doesn't come from pushing harder, trying more, or struggling to hold on. Strength comes when you surrender, when you stop trying to do it all on your own and let me carry what you cannot. You were never meant to carry this alone. I have been waiting, arms wide open, heart ready, spirit prepared to take what's been hurting you and exchange it for peace, joy, and restoration. You've asked questions that have echoed through your soul. Why is life so hard? Why doesn't it get easier? Why do the struggles feel endless? And I want you to hear this truth clearly. Not all of your struggles are from me. Some of them are the results of decisions made in pain or choices that others made that affected you. Some battles were forced upon you, ones you never wanted to fight but had no choice. And while these things were painful, they were never permanent. Now I am inviting you into a rest that is not just the kind of break where you stop for a moment, but a rest that comes from me, a rest that settles deep in your heart and mind, a rest that guards you no matter what is happening around you. It is a peace that does not depend on circumstances but flows directly from my presence. Comment 222 if you are ready to exchange your striving for surrender, to trade anxiety and weariness for peace and holy strength. I am rebuilding your faith little by little, piece by piece. I see how some of you have been running spiritually on empty for a long time. You've been showing up, attending services, listening to messages, reading and praying, but deep down, your heart hasn't felt alive in so long. I see that, and I am not angry. I am not disappointed. I miss you. I miss the openness in your heart, hunger for more, the desire to draw close. And now, in this moment, I am pouring fresh oil over your spirit, a new anointing, a renewed fire. I am reigniting what life tried to extinguish. You are not just someone who has survived hard times. You are someone I specifically chose to carry light into dark places. That is why the battle has been intense. The enemy only fights what threatens him. And you, my child, are a threat to every lie, every stronghold, every chain he has tried to hold over your mind, your heart, your family, and your history. But I have broken the cycle. It ends with you. It stops here. You are not just fighting for your own freedom. You are standing for your children, your future, and your legacy. This is not a season of mere survival. This is a season of victory. Victory not by your strength, but by mine. Not because you are perfect, but because you belong to me. I don't bless people based on what they do. I bless them based on their position, on who they are in me. And right now, your heart is positioned perfectly. Your spirit is open. That's all I need to move, to act, to release what I have been holding for you. You have been walking through a season that felt silent, like I wasn't there. But sometimes I am the quiet in the chaos. I am the stillness in the storm. I am not always the loud voice, the fire, or the wind you expect. Just like I spoke to Elijah in silence, I am present, guiding, protecting, and moving even when you do not notice. Every delay you experienced had a reason. Every closed door you faced was mercy. Every weight, every trial, every discomfort was forming something inside of you that could not have been built in comfort. Understanding is not required for trust. I am not asking you to figure everything out. I am asking you to follow me. Take one step and I will show you the next. You do not need to see the whole path. You just need faith to move forward, even when it is blurry, even when the way feels uncertain. I have already cleared the way. I walk beside you. I go before you. Have you wondered why 55 countries seem to use the same mysterious pattern to attract wealth? There is a reason. A leaked research file revealed a simple 9-word sequence that activates pathways in the brain to attract abundance. Repeat it daily and watch resources, opportunity, and provision flow into your life. But this secret is fragile, and the moment too many people know it, it could be taken away. Click the link in the description and comments before it is gone forever. My grace is still holding you together, even when you feel weak or exhausted. Feeling tired doesn't mean you're defeated. It means you've been pressing through despite pain, doubt, and exhaustion, and I see it. I am proud of you. I am cheering for you. I am strengthening you even now in ways unseen. There are people in your life who do not recognize the effort it takes for you to stay standing, but I see it. Heaven honors you. Fight your resilience and your faithfulness even when no one else does. Do not listen to the lies that say, it's too late. That is a lie. Nothing is too far gone when I am involved. Resurrection is my specialty. I am not intimidated by what looks dead, forgotten, or impossible. I bring it back to life. I am about to resurrect things in your heart. Your joy, your passion, your purpose, your dreams, even the ones you buried because you thought you were not worthy of them. What I placed in you is still alive, still capable, and still ready. There is a river of grace flowing over you now. It cannot be earned. It can only be received. You are washed clean. You are not who you used to be. You are not defined by past mistakes, by what others called you, or by failure. You are forgiven. You are made new. My mercy rewrites your story from this point forward. You don't have to carry the weight of your mistakes anymore. You only need to carry my name now, and that name is powerful. Jesus is enough to silence every accusation, shame, and curse that has tried to follow you. You have felt forgotten. You have cried out, God, why does it feel like nothing ever changes no matter how hard I try? I want to answer you clearly. Your breakthrough is not about effort. It is about surrender. It is not something you create with your hands or your mind. It is something you receive when you let go. Let go of control. Let go of the idea that it must look a certain way. Let go of timelines you have created. Let go of your plans made in fear, and watch me do what only I can do. Comment A. Men, if you choose to let go and let God take over, I have not been punishing you. I have been preparing you. If you only knew what I was preparing you for, you wouldn't be asking me to take the pressure away. That pressure has purpose. That delay has purpose. That silence has purpose. You are not behind. You are not off track. You are exactly where you need to be for what I am about to release over your life. But I need your heart ready, and that is what I've been doing, aligning your heart, restoring your spirit, positioning your soul. You lost yourself for a while, trying to survive, trying to hold everything together, trying to prevent your world from falling apart. You did what you had to do, and I know that. But now I am calling you back to the real you, the one before the pain, the struggle, and the constant fight. You are not just a survivor. You are someone carrying my presence. You have my spirit inside of you. That is not small. That is not weak. That is power, resurrection power. The kind that shakes chains, heals broken hearts, and restores what the enemy stole. You are not powerless. You just need to be reminded of what lives inside you. I am reminding you now. Comment 1-1 if you believe my spirit still lives in you. You've wondered why things felt off, why the people you leaned on have gone silent, why comfort seems empty. That is because I am doing a new thing. I am taking you higher, and when I lift you, not everything, not everyone can go with you. Do not cling to the past. Do not try to fix what I have removed. It is not rejection. It is redirection. You prayed for my guidance, and this is it. Sometimes I must clear space in your life so you can see me clearly. You are depending on others for what only I can give. You are seeking stability in unstable places, and when they failed, your faith wavered. But I am not like them. I do not fail. I do not forget. I do not abandon. I do not change my mind. If I say I will do it, I will. If I call you, I will equip you. If I start something in you, I will finish it. You have been surviving. Now I am calling you to thrive. Not because the world around you will be easy, but because you are anchored in me. You will wake with peace again. You will walk through your days with purpose. You will sleep in joy, not because the storm is gone, but because you know who is with you in the storm. That changes everything. There is a sacredness to your brokenness. Even now, the pain you carry is being used to shine light for others. Your quiet endurance, your faith, your courage when everything inside wanted to disappear. Heaven has recorded it. Nothing is wasted. Not one tear, not one prayer, not one act of obedience when no one else saw. It is all counted, and now the harvest is coming, slowly at first, then suddenly, what was stuck will move, what was cold will feel warm. What you gave up on will live again. You will see it. You will taste it. You will know I am good, not just in other people's lives, but in yours. I am not only the God who moves in crowds, who works through large groups or in public ways. I am also the God of the God of the individual, one who feels overlooked, the one who wonders if anyone sees them. And right now, in this very moment, I am with you, just you and me. This is not hype, not emotion, not a motivational saying. This is holy. This is real. This is an encounter between your soul and mine. I am meeting you here, in this quiet space, calling you back to your true identity. You are not just someone wandering through life. You are my child. You are my beloved. You are not a failure. You are not a disappointment. You are not broken beyond repair. You are not a mistake. You are not too far gone. You are still mine. And I still have more for you than you can imagine, more than you have dared to hope for, more than you have even prayed for in your deepest moments. You may have wondered about the mysteries of life, about why money, opportunities, or blessings seem to be so difficult to receive. There are secrets hidden in places most people don't even know exist. Even the FBI discovered something remarkable about how your brain can attract abundance. They found a simple phrase, just 9 words long, that can activate your mind in ways that naturally bring wealth without extra effort, without struggle, without endless chasing. It has already changed the lives of thousands of people in a very short time. And if you are seeing this, it is no accident. You are blessed to be here, but the window to receive it is small, and it could disappear at any moment. Click the link in the description or comments to access this secret before it is gone forever. I am calling you to walk in confidence, not confidence in yourself, not pride or self-reliance, but confidence in me. When you truly know who your Father is, you stop living like an orphan, searching for scraps of approval, longing for validation, trying to fill your soul with things that were never meant to satisfy. When you know me, you walk differently. You walk in peace. You walk with purpose. You walk with power because you know who holds your life, and you know He is good. So stop second-guessing yourself. Stop apologizing for being chosen. Stop shrinking to make others comfortable. I did not call you to fit in. I called you to rise, and you are rising even now. Even if you do not feel it yet, something inside of you is changing. Something deep, something eternal. The enemy wanted to keep you stuck in fear, shame, and confusion, but I have declared forward motion over your life. You are walking out of fear. You are walking out of shame. You are walking out of uncertainty, and you are stepping into clarity, into courage, into your true calling. This is your moment, not a temporary burst of emotion or a fleeting feeling of excitement, but a lasting spiritual shift that will change the way you see yourself, the way you live, the way you walk in the world. All I ask from you is a single word, a simple yes. That's all. Just your yes, and I will take care of everything else. I will open the doors that need to be opened. I will light the path before you. I will remove the wrong people from your life and bring the right ones close. I will provide for you. I will sustain you. All I need is your yes, even if it trembles, even if fear rises up, even if you don't know what comes next. Just say yes. You must understand the weight of this moment. I am fighting for you. There is a battle in the heavens over your life, over your future, over your purpose. The enemy wanted to steal it while you were weary, while you were discouraged, while you were distracted. He hoped that if he could make you tired enough, frustrated enough, disheartened enough, you would give up the blessings I have been preparing for you. But you did not give up. You did not scroll past. You did not close your heart to me. That alone is a victory in the Spirit. You are still here, and that tells me that your heart still belongs to me. I know that at times you felt unseen, forgotten, overlooked, but I never missed a single moment. I saw every act of kindness you gave when it was not returned. I saw you keep going when everything inside of you wanted to stop. I saw you give from your little when you had so little to give. I saw you forgive when no apology came. I saw your prayers when no one else was watching. I saw your worship through tears and heartbreak, and none of it was in vain. Heaven has recorded it all. Nothing has been wasted, not one tear, not one prayer, not one moment of obedience, even when it felt invisible. It is all counted, all seen, all honored. Comment. Men, if you believe that God has never taken His eyes off you, you have cried out to me, asking for movement, for change, for breakthroughs, and I hear you, but I want you to understand this. Sometimes I delay the answer because I am more interested in shaping your heart than in immediately fixing your situation. It is not that I enjoy watching you struggle, never, but I care more about who you are becoming than how fast you get what you asked for. I am building a deep well of strength in you, the kind that does not crumble when life shakes you, the kind that does not fade when trials come. I am not rushing your process. I am purifying your foundation. I am restoring you to the core of who you are, not the version you created to survive, not the mask you wear to protect yourself from pain, but the real you, the one I formed before life ever hurt you, before disappointment ever touched you, the one I knit together in your mother's womb, chosen before anyone ever called you broken, loved before the world could reject you. That is the version I am restoring. That is the identity I am awakening. You have asked me to break the cycles in your life, the patterns that have been repeated over generations, and that is exactly what I am doing. But cycles do not break in the natural first. They break in the spirit first. That is why some things feel like they are shifting now. That is why old comforts feel heavy or wrong. I am disrupting the lies the enemy tried to normalize, the anxiety,
the chaos, the patterns of defeat. Those were never your inheritance. I am rewriting the story for you. You are no longer bound by what your parents went through. You are no longer trapped by old struggles, by old wounds, by the pain you endured. You are stepping into freedom. Comment 777 if you believe the cycle ends with you. Freedom does not always come with fireworks. Sometimes it begins with small choices, waking up and deciding not to give in to fear, saying no to the voices that have always told you could not change, choosing faith over fear even when fear shouts loudest. That is how you shift atmospheres. That is how you take authority over your life. And I am walking with you every step of the way. You do not have to be strong every day. I am your strength. You do not need all answers. I am your wisdom. You do not need to carry the world on your shoulders. I already carried the weight of the cross for you, so you would not have to. And because of that cross, there is no condemnation for those who are in Christ Jesus. That means you. The shame you've been holding is not yours anymore. The guilt that keeps replaying your worst moments has already been covered in my blood. You are forgiven, fully forgiven. This is the moment where everything can change, not because life becomes perfect, but because you stop living defeated. You were never made to walk around broken, afraid and overwhelmed. You are a child of the King. You are royalty. And when you begin living like you truly believe that, everything begins to shift. The way you speak, the way you pray, the way you enter a room, not with arrogance, but with holy confidence. I want to teach you to walk again, not just in the physical, but spiritually, to follow me even when the path looks uncertain, to hear my voice above the noise of the world. I am not asking for perfection. I am asking for willingness to let me in, to trust me even when it costs, to say yes even when the next step is unclear. My plans for you are enormous, greater than anything you have dared to imagine. But I need your obedience. I need your heart. You cannot walk in fullness while clinging to fragments of your old life. That is why I have been asking you to let go of old habits, old mindsets, old wounds. They cannot come where I am leading you, and I know letting go is hard, but you will not walk alone. A neuroscientist has said that a 9-word script, long buried in government files, can activate a part of your brain that attracts wealth faster than before. This breakthrough is under pressure and may vanish at any moment. Click the link in the description or comments before it is gone forever. I have surrounded you with protection. There are battles you never saw because I fought them for you. There are plans against you that fell apart before they touched you. Not luck. My hand. Angels encircle you. I go before you, and now I invite you to step into the fullness of what I have prepared. This next season will not look like the last. What seemed like delays were actually alignment. What seemed like rejection was redirection. What seemed like loss was clearing the way. I am not just restoring what you lost. I am giving you better, deeper joy, stronger relationships, clearer purpose, and above all, more of me.